Clash in Paris is this weekend and there are 5 big matches on the card. I'm Chris Apples from Aussie Cousins Wrestling and I'm going to give our predictions for the big event this weekend. Of course, make sure you go down in those comments below and give your predictions as well. So first off, I'm going to introduce hopefully an infrequent segment here at Aussie Cousins Wrestling, and that is Chris Apples Rants. So Stephanie Vaquer was told on the most recent Monday Night Raw that she will not be having her world title match at Clash in Paris this weekend. So she won the Evolution Battle Royal and the stipulation for that match was whoever won the match got to have a world title shot for whatever brand that they are on at the time. Of course, Stephanie Vaquer being on Raw meant that she got to go for the women's world title, which at that stage was held by Io Sky. We know later in the night that Naomi cashed in her Money in the Bank briefcase and she beat Io Sky for the title. So in the meantime, we have seen the wonderful news of Naomi expecting her first baby with Big Jim, of course, and that meant that she had to vacate the title. But the thing is, the stipulation to that match wasn't that Stephanie Vaquer would face Naomi at Clash in Paris. It was that Stephanie Vaquer would have a title match at Clash in Paris. So why in the 3 weeks that they have known that Naomi is pregnant and would not be going to Paris, have they not come up with some sort of alternate solution to this situation? Stephanie Vaquer has been dudded out of this match and I find that absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so let's go on to the matches that are actually on the card now. So the first is Becky Lynch defending her Intercontinental title against Nikki Bella. For me, I think this is relatively straightforward that Becky Lynch is going to win, and of course my colleague Mikey Spence has the same thoughts as well. He's going to have an angle that he's putting into this match, and these angles that we do at Aussie Cousins Wrestling, we have one that's a bit of an out there angle generally, and another one that is something that we think is a pretty good chance of actually going to happen. So he thinks that towards the end of the match, Bayley is going to come out and she is just looking absolutely confused and possibly a little bit crazy, as we've seen the vignettes she's been doing in the last few weeks. And once Becky Lynch has won the match, she's going to attack and destroy both Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella, just getting rid of everyone in her way and just looking confused by her actions and what she's done and not realizing that she's actually doing them. So this will be her descent into madness. The next match we have is Sheamus versus Rusev, and now their matches have been okay. Like, some of them have been a little bit long and a little bit boring. I actually think the best match that they had between the two of them was the one that ended up being a double count out. And also the brawls that they've had together have just been ridiculous and a lot of fun. The one where they were doing it all throughout the rest of the Raw was so good. Now, I hope this match is going to be fun because it is a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match, which means there's going to be pub-themed paraphernalia all around the ring that they can use as weapons. So hopefully that just brings an added element of a bit of fun to this match. Now, I am going to go for Rusev to win this one because I think he needs to have a big win on a big stage to really establish himself as a character on Raw, whereas Mikey Spence is going to go for Sheamus to win this one. The third match we have on the card here is the Tribal Chief versus the Tribal Thief. It is Roman Reigns versus Big Bronson Reed from Australia. Now, neither of us are going to think that Bronson Reed is actually going to get the win here. I think Roman Reigns is going to be the one that's going to get the win, and so does Mikey Spence. But I think what plays out here is that at some stage there's going to be a ref bump because it is a Roman Reigns match, and Bron Breakker is going to get himself involved. He's going to do a massive power-up spear, and he's going to try and hit Roman Reigns, but he drags Bronson Reed into the way, or gets out of the way, so Bronson Reed is the one that takes it. Bron Breakker takes out his own teammate. Roman gets rid of Bron Breakker. The referee comes to. Roman finishes Bronson Reed off, and he gets the win. And of course, guys, please make sure you hit that like button if you like what you see here from Aussie Cousins Wrestling, and subscribe to the channel to help us on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We are hoping to get there really soon because we have our own PLE coming here in Perth, Western Australia soon, and it will be magical if we can break through the 1,000 subscriber barrier around that point. And then we move on to John Cena versus Logan Paul. A little bit of a grudge match this one now, as they teamed up together at Money in the Bank, and since then John Cena has finally become a good guy once again, and Logan Paul is no longer his ally. So in this match, I think John Cena is going to get the win, and so does Mikey Spence, but his angle for this is a bit of an out there angle, but he thinks that Brock Lesnar is going to get himself involved in this match. He is going to give F5s to both of them, and the way that they land is that John Cena is on top of Logan Paul, and he gets the ridiculous out of nowhere win because the two of them are just about incapacitated by the Beast. And the final match of the night is Seth Rollins putting his World Heavyweight Championship on the line against LA Knight, Jey Uso, and CM Punk. So I think it's pretty much a certainty that Seth Rollins is going to win this match, and so does Mikey Spence. I think it would be a little bit ridiculous if he doesn't hold the title for at least a while longer. I don't know whether I want him to hold it until WrestleMania next year. I think at some point this year I would like to see someone else with the title, but I don't think that is going to happen at this stage. So as I said, we are both picking Seth Rollins to win this match, but I have a bit of an angle to play out in this one, and I think it's going to be a little bit similar to the IC title match at WrestleMania. And that is Seth Rollins and LA Knight are on the outside. They are preoccupied with each other, brawling their way. Seth Rollins finally gets rid of LA Knight, but has expended a lot of energy in doing so. CM Punk and Jey Uso are in the ring. CM Punk gets on top, hits him with the GTS, maybe a second GTS just to make sure of it. He's got the win. 1, 2. Seth Rollins comes in and stomps CM Punk's head through the mat, and then he is the one to pick up the win, and he has screwed CM Punk once again. With CM Punk and Seth Rollins in the same match, I think it would make sense that in some way Seth Rollins screws CM Punk out of the title. But us here at Aussie Cousins Wrestling, we have a wrestling predictions league where we tally up all the points that we have won throughout the year, including double points for getting those angles correct. And so far this year, it has been so close between the two of us. There is only 1 point that separates us going in to Clash in Paris. So let us know in the comments down below what your predictions are for Clash in Paris. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more fun here from Aussie Cousins Wrestling, and like the video so more and more people can keep on watching this channel. I'll chuck up a couple of videos on the screen right now, and they are going to be who we think are going to be the men's and the women's champions in 2035. Go check them out.